Would like to remind the senator judges to be cautious in making counsels for either party make conclusions of law and fact instead of presenting evidence through a witness they will present or through direct, cross, redirect, or recross. Because if he answers Senator Judge Ontiveros, that would effectively place on record a conclusion of fact and law, not drawn from a witness, which they can very well do so during their closing remarks. And when I allow him to speak by way of repartee to the peroration yesterday and discussion yesterday by counsel for the prosecution. But other than that, as agreed with some of the senator judges, we would try to limit the answers of the counsels for the parties. With your indulgence, Senator Judge Ontiveros.
Just for clarity, ano pong relevance nung video na ipinakita ni Attorney Zuleika Lopez? Sinasabi po ba ng depensa na yung mga alleged threats o alleged incitements ni VP Duterte ay prompted nung detention ni Attorney Lopez?
Yes, Your Honor. There was a systematic oppression made by the House of Representatives dating back from their even before their mini trial, Your Honor. The committee headed by Representative Joel Chua began investigating the Vice President and her people, even when Attorney Zuleika Lopez was being interviewed by the House Committee of Quadcom Committee, Your Honor. Even if she was answering the questions faithfully and to the best of her ability, she was cited in contempt, detained. Her lawyer was not allowed to be with her when they were trying to detain her in the Women's Correctional Facility, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Presiding Officer, Counsel for the Defense, position po ba ng depensa na pwedeng palampasin ng alleged grave threats kung may masasabing lehitimong dahilan para magbanta?
Your Honor, that is not the point.
No. Mr. Presiding Officer, I am making a point through my question and I am asking the good counsel for the defense dahil sinabi nila there was a systematic oppression that yes, yan po ang nag-prompt nung alleged grave threats and alleged incitements ng Vice President na prompt po ng detention ni Attorney Lopez na kanyang inilarawan sa ipinakitang video kanina. Kaya itinatanong ko kung yan ba ang posisyon ng depensa na pwedeng okay lang or pwedeng tanggapin ang grave threats kung may masasabing lehitimong dahilan para magbanta.
Yes, Your Honor.
Before counsel
Yes, Mr. Presiding
responded answers, although he already answered in the affirmative.
No, Your Honor. I was just referring to before.
Would like to remind the senator judges to be cautious in making counsels for either party make conclusions of law and fact instead of presenting evidence through a witness they will present or through direct, cross, redirect, or recross. Because if he answers Senator Judge Ontiveros, that would effectively place on record a conclusion of fact and law, not drawn from a witness, which they can very well do so during their closing remarks. And when I allow him to speak by way of repartee to the peroration yesterday and discussion yesterday by counsel for the prosecution. But other than that, as agreed with some of the senator judges, we would try to limit the answers of the counsels for the parties. With your indulgence, Senator Judge Ontiveros, please.
Now, tingnan po ninyo, na-reinforce po yung aking opinion or pananaw na political talaga ito. Bakit? If you'll notice the senator judges, both camps, both camps, minority and majority, talagang nire-repair nila kung saan sila nakalin. 'Di ba? Kita mo yung mga katanungan nila, si Riza Ontiveros is trying to fix what has been destroyed in order that maremedyohan. The problem is that mali lang ang pagkatanong kaya mas nag-bolster tuloy yung defense, no? Now, if you will see si Tito Soto, si ano, talagang nire-repair nila yung credentials, tinatanong, di ba, meron ka pa rin sa abroad and everything na nag-training ka, pinipill up nila.
Dito po sa impeachment natin, attorney, unahin lang muna natin, no? Nakalipas na po yung 3 pagdinig. Kaso, kung ikaw ay ordinaryong tao, parang mababagalan ka sa takbo ng proseso. Kasi hindi po usual o regular na nakikita ng ordinaryong tao yung nangyayari sa courtroom. Bihira lang yan. Yung nakakaalam niyan. At ngayon, naging publicize ito. Normal na ba ito sa isang trial, kahit sa courtroom, regular court, attorney?
Yes po. Actually, ang nangyayari is, alam natin na maraming naiinip. Kasi in reality, gusto nila yung bakbakan talaga. No? However, hindi po yan nangyayari pagdating sa actual na kaso because meron pong rules na kailangan po ilatag ng mainam ang ebidensya. Kaya nga, then, pag hindi kasi malatag ang ebidensya ng tama, pwede po ito maging inadmissible. Hindi na ma-rule on the merits, but it would be saying that there is a failure to introduce the evidence needed for that particular offense. No? Kaya maraming nagsasabi na dapat sana yung defense stipulate na lang nila yung existence of the video. Total, napanood naman namin yan. Nandyan naman yan. Nakita naman ng lahat. No? Tapos, ang sabi nila, dahil sinabi ni Attorney Binluan na inadmit, so dapat ganun lang pa rin pala. Tanong-tanungin pa nila, inadmit naman kasi sabi niya, salita daw yun ng isang nanay at kapatid at bilang asawa, no? Sabi yan. Now, yun ang pinapalabas din, no? So dapat daw kasi undeniable ng existent nun, dapat ang defense should have just admitted it. Yun po yung mga senyales na nababagot at naiinip na po yung mga tao para bakbaka na po kung ano po yung tinatawag nating mens rea, yung criminal intent, no, by doing that, by making that statement. Ano ba ang interpretasyon niyan? Gusto kasi na doon ang argument whether or not yun po pa talaga is grave threat, no? Parang gusto nila i-shortcut na hindi na kailangan yun kasi talagang kailangang diretso na tayo sa discussion na ito. Yun ang kanilang gusto, Admar.
Oo nga, kasi kumbaga, sabi nga, nung nakapanayam ko si Attorney Panelo, milyong-milyong tao nang nakapanood nito. Naging trending ito, hindi lang buong Pilipinas, worldwide. Pero nakikita nyo po ba na maaring estratehiya ito ng PROSEC para mapahaba at laging ma-instill, matatak sa utak ng tao yung ginagamit na terminong ipapatay, merong kinontrata ipapatay, lalo na yung pagde-deliver ng PROSEC, attorney?
Yes, I respect the view of Attorney Panelo, no. Pero to my mind, no, hindi kasi pwede mag-apply yung ganyang klaseng style sa ganitong klaseng proceedings. Malamang po sa regular courts natin pwede yan, no? But in this kind of proceedings, hindi po pwede. Ang issue kasi is not only whether that video exists. Hindi po lang yan ang issue. Ang real issue nito is that yung pong video ba na yan, legally, fairly, and credibly ba na magamit ng prosecution to prove an impeachable offense, no? Kasi ang impeachment proceeding po is sui generis. Alam po natin yan, no? It's not an ordinary criminal, civil, administrative case, no? It is both legal and political in nature. O, klaro po yan, ha? So, there is that impeachment court kasi at meron din po tayong tinatawag na court of public opinion. Nawala po yan sa regular courts. Sa regular courts, bawal mag-video-video doon, no? Isa lang ang boss doon, kundi ang regular court. Dito po, aside from the fact na may impeachment court, meron pong mga taong nanonood na interesado. So, we have this court of public opinion, Admar, no? So, kaya, ang prosecution, dapat gawin nila, they have to do more than simply saying that the video exists, no? Kailangan ipatunayan nila na ang evidence was legally obtained, okay? Properly authenticated, fairly presented, wala pong butas, no? And not gathered or used for purely political purpose. Yan po pinaka-importante ha, na dapat ipakita nila na hindi po yan siya kinuha or ginather para gamiting pampolitikal, no? Because if the defense here, yung panel nila season, will be able to show that the evidence was procured, selected, or presented as part of a political operation against this Inday Sara, who is a political enemy, then the foundation of the prosecution's narrative becomes seriously weakened. Kasi ganito yan eh. Pinipresent lang nila yung splice nung 2-minute video. Now, we have to know the whole context. At saka lahat po ng surrounding circumstances, not only that video, but what happened during that day, the day before and everything. So, kailangan ma-establish po yung synchronized and consistent na pag-persecute o pag-o-oppress kang Inday Sara. That's the reason why she had said that, no? Yun po ang narrative ng defense at kailangan nilang ma-prove yan. Ang prosecution naman hindi. Legal itong ginawa namin. Para lang talaga dahil sinabi niyan, tatanggalin namin siya. They have to stick with the law. And they
Opo.
would not say it's that political in nature. Yun po ang dahilan eh. Kaya magtataka po yung iba, bakit grabing objection, grabing cross-examination? Kasi gusto nila malaman kung dinadaan niyo ba ito ng paspasan or kinuha lang ito for purposes of prosecuting Inday Sara dahil meron kayong selective persecution. Kita mo, Edmar, ha, yung mga questions on the cross, ha, that ang unang mga things na nangyari is that kayo lang ba motopropyo ang gumawa nito? Nagsabi ba kayo sa PSG? Nagpunta ba kayo sa National Security Council? Nagpunta ba kayo doon sa CIDG, sa AFP, intelligence? Kasi sabi nyo, it is a matter of national security or threat to the life of the president. Did you do that? So hindi daw. So ibig sabihin, on that point, the defense is trying to prove na ginagamit ito political. Sila naman, they should have, a prosecution should have presented na hindi na kailangan ang pag-present yung sa PSG and everything. So, ganun na, no? Second, sabi na naman ng defense is that, sige, bakit ang inimbestigahan ninyo, ito lang yung threat against the president, pero hindi nyo inimbestigahan yung sinabi ni Inday Sara na, ang security ko, may security ako, at pagpapatayin ako, yung statement na yun, bakit hindi ka rin gumawa ng grabbing investigation with respect kay Inday Sara because he is also the second highest person in the elected official in the land. So ibig sabihin kung focus nyo lang si BBM, klaro political in nature. Yun ang laban dito, laban
Opo.
dito. O kaya kailangan talagang ma-present yung witnesses niyon para ma-cross-examine ng defense.
Opo. At ang isa din sa mga wina-wonder ng ating mga kababayan, saglit lang, ang mga senator judges ay mas
Yan.
marami ang hindi abogado. Ma-appreciate ba nila itong mga ganitong mga klase ng nakikita lang natin sa korte, normal? Paano? Di ko nga alam kung lahat pa kagaya. Kasi ang common na talagang laging nagtatanong, nakikita mo talagang ginagawa nila yung kanilang assignment. Yung mga kalimitan mga abogado at saka yung mga halimbawa Senators Cayetano, ng dalawang Senator Cayetano, nandun din yung iba. Pero karamihan doon hindi po mga abogado. Paano nila ma-appreciate kung tama sabi nga ng nabasa ko na netizen, at the end of the day, pwede namang hindi lang kasi yes or no lang naman yung iboboto yan kung pabor ba ako o hindi na i-impeach si BP Sara, attorney.
Kaya alam mo, meron yan
Lawyers
sila to analyze for them, no? But, kung makita mo, Admar, no? Gusto ko kasi sa ating mga nanonood dito, na laliman nila ang pag-intindi sa nangyayari ba? And they will not just stick to the four corners of that law na sinasabing may grave threats. Ang purpose talaga, bakit ini-enforce yun? At ang political nature of everything. Dapat ganun po tayo mag-isip. Now, tingnan po ninyo, na-reinforce po yung aking opinion or pananaw na political talaga ito. Bakit? If you'll notice the senator judges, both camps, both camps, minority and majority, talagang nire-repair nila kung saan sila nakalin. 'Di ba? Kita mo yung mga katanungan nila, si Riza Intuberos is trying to fix what has been destroyed in order that maremedyohan. The problem is that mali lang ang pagkatanong kaya mas nag-bolster tuloy yung defense, no? Now, if you will see si Tito Soto, si ano, talagang nire-repair nila yung credentials, tinatanong, di ba, meron ka rin sa abroad and everything na nag-training ka, pinifill up nila. Now, and Senator Adon Petercano is also doing the same, honestly, in favor din sa, because nag-start a prosecution, they might as well start also with this kind of protection on kung saan tayo leaning. So in that particular sense palang makita mo, mayroon ng bias. They cannot appear to be a cold, a neutral judge, no? Kahit na ano pong pilitin ni Senator Escudero by saying hindi, dapat we should appear impartial and everything, they cannot do that because it is his political nature. Meron niyang party affiliation eh. Alam natin na yung iba is alyado po ni BBM, kakalaban Inday, and then si Inday, meron din siyang mga kaalyado dyan. Whether we like it or not, kailangan po yan siya. Ang akin lang, nakita doon, isang senator judge lang ang medyo sharp at saka appears to be impartial, hindi bias, magtanong, yung kay Robin Padilla. Nagulat ako sa lahat sa kanila na nag-graduate sa University of Prison, yun pa ang mas magaling magtanong. At ang katanungan po niya, directed to the witness, never directed to the lawyers. Kasi ang clarificatory questions po ng mga senator judges or mga judges for that matter should be directed to the witness, not directed to the lawyers. Huwag mong tanungin. Because that is their theory. Hindi yan sila ang nagtatestify. No matter how long their statements there, that will not supposedly be used as a basis to arrive at a decision. Dapat a basis ng evidence na piniresenta. Ganyan yan siya, Mar, no? Ang style ng impeachment dahil nga sui generis ito siya.
Walang limitasyon sa kung ano yung itatanong, maliban na lang doon sa pinuna na parang pang last part na dapat, attorney.
Alam mo, Mar, ang problema niyan man, alam mo, the problem is that, can the lawyers object to the senator judge? Of course, they would not do that kasi magagalit ang judges sila. They do not want to get the ire of the judges. But, ang kapwa naman na, let's say, a presiding officer, kahit na presiding officer siya, just remember, ano lang yan, co-equal lang niya senator siya. Tapos yung nagtatanong pa is kapag majority. So, ibig sabihin, while nakakapagsabi siya to remind and everything, hindi na ko control eh. Who will control? Who will stop them from doing that? Diba? So, ang nangyayari is that napapatuloy-tuloy. Now, I think here, honestly speaking, Jesus Escudero is trying his best to contain things, no? So that to make the impeachment proceedings as neutral as possible. As at least naman lang, magiging fair proceedings siya, tingnan man lang kahit na sa pananaw ng mga nakikinig, no?
Opo.
Although in reality, Mar, hindi mo talaga pwede tanggalin ang biases dyan. Kasi political nga in nature eh.
Opo. Doon
Sa
sa pagpe-preside ni Senator Chis Escudero, mapapansin ba na alam naman natin kung ano yung nangyari sa kanya, di ba? Galing sa
Yes.
isang majority, lumipat matapos ngang umugong yung mga kaso-kaso. Mapapansin ba doon sa kanyang pagpe-preside na yun nga, yung parang leaning, meron bang bias doon sa kanyang pagpe-preside po?
Yes po. Actually, sa simula pa lang, meron na siyang leaning. But I will tell you this, no? This is just my opinion. At inobserbahan ko pa, bigla siya naging Trojan horse eh. Nagulat ang lahat nung dineclare niya na 16 ang 2/3 of 24. Even yung mga kaalyado niya, they did not expect that. That he will said that the decision and the determination by this impeachment court should be 16 or 2/3 of 24. Now, kanino po nakalid yan? Kung tingnan natin, nakalid yan doon sa defense. And that is the most important threshold. That is the most important thing in these proceedings para ma-discuss lahat kung ano ba talaga. Kasi yun ang habulin. Mahirap hanapin ng 16 eh. So technically speaking, akin ng tong pananaw 16 votes na yan. How could they get 16 votes? Technically speaking, pwede hindi na lang tayo mag-present ng evidence, pwede na tayo magbotohan ngayon. Di ba? Because as I said, it is political and it's all party affiliations. But it cannot be done, Admar. Kasi kailangan talaga na ang prosecution, ipakita nyo talaga. Kasi meron pa tayo isang court eh. yung court of public opinion. And they have to present to the public that ito yung ebidensya namin. Kasi nagyabang kami doon sa likod ng microphone noon, sa Committee on Justice of Hearing, we have to prove na talagang may kasalanan nito si Inday Sara. Now, ang defense naman would say, oh, I have to say that my client or ako sa respondent is wala talaga ako, inosente ako. Kasi meron pang tumitikin ng tao, hindi naman pwedeng papayag ang mga tao na stop daling ang impeachment court, magbotohan na tayo. Kasi gusto rin natin malaman ang katotohanan ng lahat. Kasi dyan malalaman, Mar, kung ang pag politically motivated ito, talagang masisira talaga ang prosecution, pati ang mga kaalyado nila na talagang political persecution, it will really destroy them. Yan ang aim din ng defense, no? Para pagdating ng panahon, maklaro natin kung sino talaga yung nagbe-bend at gumagawa ng twisting ng batas para lang ma-persecute politically ang isang political opponent.
Opo. Yung nakalipas na 3 araw na trial, mula nung pag-upo niya, nabanggit na niya yung, kailan ba niya ibinanggit yung threshold na 16?
Sa simula, bago
Sa
siya.
simula, di ba?
Sabi niya,
Okay.
yeah, the presiding officer would like to make sa manifestation. Sabi niya.
So, 3 araw na yun. At doon
Yes.
sa 3 araw, walang nag-object na kahit isa. Pero merong nag-clarify. Which is sinabi
Nag-clarify.
niya na hindi ito opinion lang, legal opinion, kundi yun talaga ang paninindigan ng impeachment court.
And
Hindi,
sinabi ni Jesus Cordero, yes, that is it, no?
opo.
So,
Hindi na ba ito mababago along the way? Or
I think,
magiging questionable ba kung along the way, mababago? Inapprove na nila yung
Ito.
mga journals ng unang dalawa.
yes, you're very good at pointing that out, no? I think, with respect dun sa loob ng Senate proceeding, hindi na yun mababago, Mar. Bakit? When it was uttered or made by, ruled by Chief Escudero, nobody objected. No one. Tanga nga lahat eh. Even the defense, tinakit tayo. Nagulat sila noon, ha? Parang hindi nila na-expect, ha? Makita mo talagang reaction. I've been reading them, their body language and their, nakita ko. Then, pagkabukasan, in-approve ang journals without, again, any objection. So, carried na po. That's why when Senator Lacson asked, is this the opinion of the presiding officer or ito na po ba yung pamantayan natin ng ating ng korte? Sabi niya, yes, that is now the definitive thing that the disimpeachment court will follow. Di ba? Parang ganun. So, ibig sabihin yan na yan. Fix na po yan siya dyan. Kasi wala na silang nagawa. And in fact, after that, before tayo nag-interview 2 hours before, may nabasa ako doon na posting na parang agree din talaga nagka-clarify lang siya pero okay sa kanyang 16, sabi ni Senator Lacson, if I'm not mistaken. No? Alam mo po makapagbago nito? Yung motion na ipinail nalaman ko lang ha, I do not know if you also through it, yung motion na pinail ng kampo ni Attorney Torion,
Opo.
questioning the constitutionality of this presiding officer. What if the Supreme Court decides and say that the June 3 ruling and tama yung position ni Attorney Torion's camp and dapat hindi siya dapat maging presiding officer si Chus Escudero.
Yun nga yung
Ibig sabihin,
susunod na tanong ko sa inyo.
yan.
Kasi,
Di ba?
hindi ba presiding officer lang, lahat ba na kanyang ginawa bilang presiding officer
Yes.
ay
That's the
magiging void?
point.
If ever
Yes.
na magdesisyon, pabor sa...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, even his statement that yung mga objections, of course yung statement siya sa threshold kasi covered by everyone na yon, no? Kasi napas naman niya. Ang problema doon, yung mga objections, yung mga denial or yung overrule ang mga rulings niya and everything, kung sino ginawa niya, pwede yun siyang ma-nullify. And it is possible na baka magkaroon ng mistrial, no? And that would be an automatic acquittal, no? Kasi parang tingin ko na gano'n, no? Although, wala po ako nakitang bias ni Chis Escudero so far, ha? In fact, ang ginagawa niya, pinagbibigyan niya lahat. Except for the threshold of 16, pinagbibigyan niya lahat. Pinapasalita niya ng todo, binibigyan na, sige, mag-manifest ka dyan. Si Defensor, kahit na improper yun, sige na lang, magsalita ka na lang. Kahit na yung mga manifestation ni Ligutan, after sa tanong ni Rizal Tiveros, sige na lang. Ikaw yun sa defense, si Binluan, nagsalita. Hindi man yun siya dapat. But binabiyaan na lang niya dahil he wanted to be as fair as possible. In fact, napansin mo, pag magbabangayan yung dalawang lawyer, sandali, I will be the one to ask question. Di ba? Siya na lang para matapos na ito kasi ito ang question na dapat itanong. Kaya lang, ang technique ng pagtanong is that more on parang iba ang dating kasi, no? So, what I'm trying to say is that it may affect, no? As I understand, sabi ata ni Attorney Powa, hindi daw nila alam yung pinail ni Attorney Torion Scamp, no? And I haven't seen that also, no? And ito naman, nababasa ko lang sa Facebook, no? And that's why I could make an opinion. So, yun ang natitingnan kong worry. What if kung suddenly, hindi. So, sabihin natin, maggagawa na naman ng bagong presiding officer, mag-elect, and then magkikreate na naman ng ruling ang bagong presiding officer by saying, sige, the threshold, we will leave that until such time that the decision of the Supreme Court in the Alan Cayetanos case will be decided upon on the issue of kung magkano ang threshold, kung ilan ang threshold. So, pwede nating i-stop. Parang ganun ang mangyari, parang mabibitin tuloy, no? So, that is what I am actually afraid of, no? Na possible na ganyan po ang mangyari. Ito naman sa akin, puro, alam mo naman kasi, advance mag-isip, parang nag-iisip ko lang na posible na possible na mangyari, Edmar.
I-discuss natin na malaliman yung closing remarks ni Attorney Vinluan, no? Kasi meron ko akong hawak actually na naipadala ko rin ito sa iyo para mabasa natin.
Yes.
Day 2 ata ito na pag-question ni
Yes.
Senator Judge Risa Hontiveros at kino-quote siya dito. Ang sabi ni Risa Hontiveros, nung kaharap niya yung prosecution, none of these statements are proof that Vice President actually contracted an assassin or hired one.
Yeah.
Dito pa lang sa termino na ito, parang makadepensa na ba siya?
Oo. But look i-continue mo ang tanong. I-continue mo.
Sabi niya
mo
rito,
ang
none of these statements are proof that Vice President actually contracted an assassin or hired one. She is absolutely right, sabi ni Attorney Vinluan.
Yes.
She then asked the question. Sabi daw ni Senator Risa, why are these acts impeachable? To this question, sabi ni Attorney Vinluan, the prosecution responded, we understand that these statements may not actually 100% prove that she in fact contracted an assassin. An assassin, end of quote. Attorney.
Yes. It was a wrong framing ng question ni Hontiveros at siligutan yung nagsumagot yung prosecutor, 'di ba? Kasi dapat sana nag-establish lang siya. No, so this video does not prove na merong na-hire na contract killer. Yes, okay. Dapat nag-stop na siya doon kasi it has already been damaging. Pwede niyang tanong sana, so are you going to present another evidence to prove this existence or the hiring of a contract killer? 'Di ba? Kasi technically natanong din yan kay Ligutan and he said, yes, we will, Your
Pero
Honor.
yan yung sa issue din kay NBA Director Matibag na meron daw silang
Siyempre.
So, kumbaga, may kulang doon sa question kung napapabor sana sa prosecution.
That is where Matibag will testify on next week. Yan, yung kanyang investigation na meron silang investigation na nangyayari and that siguro sabihin niya, we are trying to gather facts pa lang or meron na sila or baka meron silang tao na ipipinpoint na we talk to this person at ito talaga yung hard killer. So, you know how Matibag will justify it, no? And testify next time. Kasi wala man talaga siyang ibang purpose i-testify si Matibag except that. So, I think siya yung investigation niya with respect of determining who is this contract killer. Kaya lang, ang problema, balikan natin doon kay Hontiveros, sa Bisaya, pag ipakipinan pa niya pangutana ba, nagtanong pa siya ng dagdag by saying that how can this be an impeachable offense? So, ang nangyari, Attorney Ligutan was forced to talk about the theory of the prosecution, and which said, we cannot 100% prove that in this video and everything, no, but I'm as a lawyer, I'm not talking as a lawyer, but for moral and something like that. Parang, yun na, it is a damaging thing, no? And now, he cited the Rule 130, kung paano i-prove, etc., etc. So, malayo na, no? Because of these questions that supposedly na tinatanong ni Senator Risa Ontiveros, nakatulong tuloy mas lalo sa defense at nakadiin tuloy dito sa prosecution, 'di ba? So, yun ang aking analysis din. Pero part lang yan siya, part lang ito. So, gaya ng sabi ko sa iyo, Admar, sana po ang senator judges will have a ruling or definite ruling na do not ask questions from the lawyer. Ask the question from the witness. Kasi ang mga witnesses, ang dapat yung tanungin to clarify some things or question the witness because hindi nyo naintindihan. At gusto nyo ipaintindi sarili. Para bang resource person, tanungin nila ba? Tanungin, hindi yung abogado.
Opo. Doon naman po sa pagpe-play kahapon ng video, parte ng buong video, yung pag-uumpisa pa talaga ng bahagi kay Attorney Zulaika Lopez.
Yes.
Gaano ito kalaki na maitutulong sa ebidensya? Ano ba ang na-establish dito na dapat maintindihan ng publiko?
Yun ang sinasabi ko. Well, I know you also thought about it, Admar, no? But you know for a fact that yun nga ang context eh. Kaya nga importante ang video na hindi siya i-stipulate as existing because we have to know the whole context. Now, the fact that the prosecution only presented the portion where Princess Maui asked question and until nagsagot si BP Inday Sara, it doesn't speak the whole story. It doesn't show the whole story. No? So, you need to look at the entire videos, which I think the prosecution did. Sabi niya, hindi natin isali ito kasi delikado ito kasi masisira konteksto. So, focus sila splice sila na dito lang. Ang defense naman, pinag-aralan ang full video, bakit hindi na sinali ito? Isali natin ito kasi ito talaga yung magpapabigay ng konteksto natin na talagang political persecution itong nangyayari. At saka hindi ito grave threat. Talagang ang galit ni Inday because of this. Dahil talagang meron talagang consistent or persistent persecution sa kanya. So sabi natin nga, political nga eh. Kailangan taguin ng prosecution yung evidence na yun and present only hanggang dito. Ang defense naman is to destroy that and to show that this is really politically motivated. So, yan ang purpose talaga ng gawin. Kasi take note po sa Rule 132 natin sa Rules on Evidence, if the one party presents only a portion of that video, the other party may use all other portions connected therewith to prove a different fact or to bolster or to add or to see the whole context kung ano talaga ang nangyari. So parang ganun po ang technique, no? So, and kaya nga sabi ko, in this particular sense, the defense actually was able to establish important points that would show that they won that round. For me, opinion ko lang naman yan, they won that round.
Opo, dito naman sa part ng closing remarks ni Attorney Vinluan, sabi niya rito na dagdag siguro context. When VP Sara uttered those words, she was not responding as Sara Duterte, the vice president, but Sara Duterte, the wife, mother, daughter, and sister, who only sought to protect her own family and her family members' lives. Operation Romanov is in place, and the threat against their lives is real. VP Sara became the target of unauthorized intelligence and surveillance operations by government operatives that exposed her family to high-level risks and security threats, thereby causing intense trauma and uncontrollable fear. Her homes in Davao and Manila were profiled, And this is proven by classified gazing reports. Her trusted security personnel were removed. Her schedule of official functions like the one in Naga was leaked by intelligence agents, and her security was heavily compromised. Ito yung hindi rin babalita ng husto. Actually, nung nagpo-programa si Vice President Sara Duterte dito sa SMNI, dun sa kanyang
Yes.
nabanggit na rin niya ito. Naririnig na namin din itong mga ganitong usapin, pero hindi masyadong na-highlights ng mainstream media. 'Di ba? Mas more sila doon sa
Of
nagmura,
course.
nagbanat, pero walang ganito. And doon din sa testimonya ng witness, parang mas mabigat yung investigasyon pabor doon sa mga offended party, pero ang ending, hindi yung offended party yung nag-complain, attorney.
Alam mo, maganda yan, ha? We will try to break this down, no? Now, I never thought that at first, nung nagsali-sali ako ganitong mag-analyze, no, ng politics, is that I never thought na sinasabi nila yung mainstream media, they will control the narrative. Until I experienced and saw it by myself, talaga, even the captioning sa mga pinipresent nila, galing talaga mag-caption na talagang really not in favor of Inday. Ito, prangka-prangka istorya ito. Klaro man yan. Akin man yung opinion, bro, no? So, as I see it, mabuti na lang, merong social media, meron na ito mga vloggers and everything, and I believe nga, ang SMNI na lang ang natitira na nagbibigay talaga ng patas na review, no? And everything, no? So, having said that, yung statement noon ni Binluan, we will go muna sa technicality kasi meron sinasabi nila doon na by doing that, Binluan daw and the defense admitted the existence of the video. And therefore, bakit pa kasing i-present pa yan? Diretso na lang tayo sa gera. Diretso na tayo sa bakbakan. Bakit pa yung object pa yan sa technicality na yan? Okay. So, because of that Binluan's theory, inaamin na ba nila na existence talaga na truthful yung video? Hindi, not actually, automatically, Admar. Kasi kami mga lawyers kasi, may argue kasi yung tinatawag naming assuming arguendo. Assuming. Okay. But, ito yun, no? Even assuming the video exists, the prosecution still has to prove authenticity nga, admissibility and everything, no? But, yung sinabi niya, assuming authentic yan siya, alam nyo, nasabi ito ni Inday. Because ina siya, natakot siya, and everything. Tapos pinaganda pa rin talaga ng prosecution yung framing na merong gicasing na siya, mga intelligence report, pinalitan niya mga security personnel niya. Now we could see, yun ang heart ng kanilang defense. So ibig sabihin, yun po ang theory of the defense. And that is where the evidence of the defense will come in, yung mga testimonial evidence, yun ang ipoprove nila in court. Kaya nga, sabi ko, hindi nga maganda yung mag-create ng ganyang manifestations na hindi pa tapos ang kaso. Kasi instead that you keep it for yourself, yung mga theories mo, lumalabas ng maaga. Like sa prosecution, lumabas ng maaga, sa defense, maaga ring lumabas. Di ba? So, nagkakabasahan. So, ang gagawin ngayon ng prosecution, yan pala ang defense mo. So, yan ang tutumbahin natin ngayon. Ang defense naman, yan pala ang manifestation na sinabi ni Ligutan. So, dito rin kita i-attack. Hindi dapat ganun kasi it should have been kept. No? Basta pag theory po, itaguin po yan siya. Pero lumabas na eh. So, that's how it is now, Admar.
Po. At doon naman muna tayo sa naging issue din na kung may ganito, needed ba ang sa impeachment or sa RTC o MTC o sa regular court isampa yung kaso?
Yung ibig sabihin na ganun. I think the main reason why the defense was asking that is that ganito kasi yan, Mark, kung natatakot ka, tapos meron ka naman capacity na magsumbong or magreklamo, dapat gawin mo, di ba? Iba yung natatakot, Mar, na magtatahimik na lang dahil baka may masamang mangyari sa kanya. Sa kanya, he's the President of the Philippines. If he is really bent in showing na he is, meron talagang threat at legit at natatakot siya, then he has to make a report, appear in the investigation, pablatter niya yan, punta siya, magsali siya, mag-cooperate siya sa investigation ng NBI, inform PSG, tawag yung mga ISAP, tapos yung Security Council niya, mag-conduct ng task force investigation on this. Not only to himself, but also to Inday Sara, no? To show talaga, no? Then, after that, he files a complaint. He makes an affidavit for that matter. Kasi, by not doing so, it would only mean that he is not threatened at all, or the worst is that there is really no threat. At alam nila, it was spoken by BP Inday Sara out of frustration and anger dahil nga nagpatong-patong na yung inis niya sa ulo niya. And the last straw was that of Zuleika Lopez at that time. So, yun ang, alam nila yun because that is how they read it. That's how we read it. That's how you see it. Everybody knows that. Kaya lang, pinupush talaga na gagamiting narrative para pagtanggal sa kanya. So what does it implies? Political persecution. It is politically motivated. On that point pa lang, panalo na ang defense. And I think, in this particular article, I would say that BP Inday Sara should be acquitted.
Opo. Natawag din nga ako nung nabasa ko yung post ng abogado rin at stand-up comedian na si Edward Chico. Ang sabi niya rito na, sabi ni Sara, pag napatay siya, papatay niya si BBM et al. Naisip ko lang naman, ba't sila natakot? Ipapatay ba nila si Sara? Kasi kung hindi naman, di ibig sabihin safe sila. Kasi nga,
Oh, di
conditional threat yung ano.
Safe ka, di ba? Parang ano ba, yung, alam mo, Attorney Chico, I'm following him kasi, ano siya, magaling din siya magsalita. But, yun ang mga logic dyan eh. So, klaro po, basta, ito kasi yung guide natin, guys, no, para sa nakikinig din, nanonood ngayon, is that, kapag mapatunayan po, na ginamit po ang impeachment proceeding para sa politika, politically motivated, acquittal yan automatic ha. Kasi, yan po ang rule. Hindi po pwede gamitin ito pang tanggal because of politics, political opponent. Tatandaan po ninyo yan, ma-prove lang yan ng konti ng defense na merong political color ang ginawa, then that's it, acquitted then.
Opo. Dito naman tayo sa ano, sa pwede ba na hindi yung offended party kasi halimbawa si speaker naghain din naman siya ng complaint, 'di ba?
Yes.
May mga senador din naghain din ng cyber libel
Yes.
complaint nung naging sila naging
Sila Tulfo.
natamaan sila
Oo,
doon sa ano na yun. So ibig
Sa 18 Marin.
sabihin walang makapipigil sa kanila. Pero parang less ata yung effort din ng NBI kasi hinugot lang mula doon sa speech or sa video. Sa speech yata yung kay speaker, video comment yung kay BBM. May tuturing na ba yun, affidavit?
Hindi. Alam mo, maganda yung way you think, Admira. That's what I like in you. And kung nag-file sila ng mga affidavit complaints sa cyber libels, and these are the things, it only means that is so much important to protect your credibility, integrity as a person, correct? Now, if you are really threatened and you have the capacity to do that, in order to protect yourself, your security, your life, limb, even property, you file a complaint. You did not do that in this particular case. In fact, ang kinuha nila yung snippets from the video presentation, speeches and everything, which doesn't say anything except political masyado ang purpose to say to the world na sila tinatakot na mga ganito. That is not the forum to air your grievance against BP Inday Sara nila, BBM at ni Martin Romualdez. The proper forum is to file a case in court, but they did not do it. Why? Because they know there is no actual threat and it was spoken out of frustration and anger by BP Inday Sara.
Opo, dito lang tayo sa komento siguro mo, attorney, kasi binira po ni Congressman Polong yung pahayag ni House Prosecution Spokesperson Rene Co. 'Di ba, nagbanggit si Vice President Sara Duterte patungkol doon sa bloodbath no? Kung saan
Yeah.
hindi siya magpapatinag, duguan man siya, pero hindi siya magpapatinag kasi um, bumanat kasi ito. Basahin ko lang yung comment ni
Go
Congressman
ahead,
Polong.
please.
Sabi niya
Please.
rito, Rineco says the public is not interested in Vice President Sara Duterte's statement, but only in the evidence. So, sino bang maglalatag ng ebidensya? Ang PROSEC ba o ang depensa? With all due respect, she should stop pretending she speaks for the Filipino people. Hindi siya ang survey firm at lalong hindi siya ang boses ng buong sambayanan. Before lecturing others about governance and accountability, perhaps she should first explain what qualifies her to speak with such certainty on matters of executive leadership. Governing a country is far different from delivering speeches or political sound bites. Instead of dismissing the vice president's statements, she should respect the Senate impeachment process and allow the evidence to be presented, examined, and weighed by the proper constitutional forum, not prejudged through press conferences. Public office demands humility. No one, especially a first-term legislator, should assume they alone define what Filipino people care about. Let the evidence speak. Let the process run its course. Let the people decide sinong kabataan ba nire-represent nyo. Kung na-recruit nyo na gumamit ng armas at ng ambush ng military, ang recruitment ng mga bata booming ba? Kaya kayo galit kay Inday, di ba dahil nahinto? Nakinabang ka kay Zaldico, di ba? Kapilido mo pa. Pauwiin mo naman siya, huwag mo problemahin ang di mo level girl. Pagpuyo day, kaon sa daghan bugas nga tag 20 uban na si Bangagog Charis. Sakay-sakay ra kas kasikat ni Inday, lupigon ra ka sa mga sangguniang kabataan sa Davao. Pero yung punto dito, kumbaga, lalo na sa House Prosec, lalo na yung mga politiko, sabihin ko na lang mga politiko kasi sa side ng mga private prosecutor talaga, yun naman talaga yung kanilang, ang iba kasi na mga abogado, politiko din talaga yung ano. Sa side ng mga politiko talaga, ganito yung kanilang mga pahayag, attorney. So, in-expect na natin ito, lalo na sabi mo nga, na dalawa ang korte na meron ngayon, yung impeachment court at yung court of public opinion.
Yes. Actually, that statement of Pulong, I read it. That is Pulong speaking, not the congressman. Galit din siya. Alam mo, kapatid niya yan si Inday. Blood niya yan. So anything that, those things na hurled against Inday, magre-react yan. Kuya yan siya Magagalit siya, di ba? Akin naman sana hindi na lang patulan itong or mag-go down tayo sa level ni Renico, which is correct. Dahil sinakyan ni Pulong ngayon, edi sumasakay tuloy siya sa kasikatan pag-uusapan siya. Katulad ngayon, pinag-uusapan natin. No? But if you'll notice, this Makabayan Block, when you hurl anything against them, hindi sila nag-respond. Napansin mo yan? Often, seldom yan sila mag-respond. No? Parang the moment they made that statement, stop, ganun na yan sila. Ibig sabihin, ang technique nila is just to say those words and create what we call an atmosphere of chaos. Why? Kasi po ang Makabayan Block, ang kanila talagang purpose or their existence in this world is not governance. It is not for the actually yung sabihin nating pagandahin ang gobyerno. They are against our government. Alam mo natin yan. Kahit sino upo na presidente yan, lahat yan sila kinaprotestahan niya yan. Kahit na siguro ang ating siguro Pope or Anghel ang nagpapatakbo ng ating bansa, poprotestahan pa rin nila yan. Because they are always against any form of government. They need to, yung how the government effectively works, they do not like that. Because if that is the case, they will no longer be in existence. The purpose for which they are created, their group, will no longer be important. We have to look at that, on that kind of leaning. Ang leaning talaga nila is not this dito democratic world na kailangan ganito po govern. Hindi po, as I would say, their interest really in this world is to, somehow comment, kahit maganda o mali ang ginawa mo, comment, continue yan siya. That nothing is enough. And what they want is for the government to, to experience always problems. Kaya nga, they create yung mga wage hike na hiningi na mapakataas masyado, which is impossible to be given. But if it is given also, it will really plunge our country's economy down. So anong purpose talaga nila? Is not to bring up ang government to go down. No, that is really their purpose in this world. That's how I see it. That's how I read it, and that is their purpose. So, having said that, yung sinabi niyo yung bloodbath na ganyan, kung anong karakter, ako, hindi ko na siya sakyan eh. Because at the end of the day, that kind of legislator won not as a person, but they hide themselves doon sa pangalan ng kanilang party list, which akala ng tao na dupe din, na parang naboto sila. Diba? Because they only need how much? 400,000 to get that. And then if they could get that, why one seat na nga sila? Diba? So that is what I am trying to say. So having said that, ang Makabayan Blacks talaga, they are really not interested to kahit sino government. Alam mo, after this, next na naman yan, titirahin na naman nila si Bongbong. Parang gano'n, no? Kung sino yun sila mag-alay, kung saan sila maka-benefit. Pag maka-destroy lang sila ng isang form of the government, happy na yan sila. That's why when they infiltrated the lower house, together and they allied with Martin Romualdez and his group, happy na sila noon.